Hey, what's up, my soap opera peeps? It's time for the soap rankings for March of 2026. It's a video I like to do at the end of the month, ranking the five soaps from five being not as good as the others to one being the best soap of the month. I weigh the pros and cons, what made it good, what made it bad for all the soaps, because even the lowest ranking soap still had good stuff, while the highest freaking soap had some bad stuff also. So let's go ahead and get into it. I think all five soaps were really great in the month of March, and so it was kind of hard to rank some of the soaps, but I think I finalized it correct. I don't know. Just hear me out, listen to me first, and then you can judge later in the comments. I can take it anyway. Number five. I had to give it to the Bold and the Beautiful, but I have to say this is definitely March was definitely the best month for Bold and the Beautiful in the last few months, in my opinion. They have some good in every month, but then some of the bad stuff really kind of takes over a little more than the good stuff. But I have to say they had more good stuff in March. I think the what really brought Bold and the Beautiful down this month was the whole Ivy messing with Will and Electra stuff. Ivy saying it's not proper. Oh my gosh. It just made me want to jump to my TV and choke a bitch. 'Cause she was getting on my damn nerves with that shit. And then looking at her face, it's just like, ugh, I can't stand it no more. Seriously. I mean, I know every couple needs their drama, but this is just so stupid. Like, an aunt just like so invested in her niece's life and stuff. It's just like, and not only that, but she's pushing her niece towards her cousin. I mean, I know RJ and Electra aren't blood related, but they're still cousins. They're still family. They have the same freaking last name. It's just, I'm assuming that Eric formally adopted Rich. I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember if that was said. I meant to look that up. But anyways, Eric raised Rich like his son. So RJ is part of the Forster family. So and saying that they're not family, just that's just so messed up to me, in my opinion. But plus they're just ill. I was like, would you really choose RJ over? Well, I would definitely. And Daphne, I like that Daphne knows, but I don't like that she's not saying anything to anybody. And now, Dylan knows, and she hasn't said anything, and now she's trying to get with Will, which I don't blame her. Hello, look at Will, definitely. He's got a beach house too, his own place. That RJ probably lives with his parents. Anyways, and the fact that she had a secret dinner for them, try to act like it was gonna be the family, but really it was just them, and she just sitting at the top of the steps watching them. It's like, would you watch them if they had started taking their clothes off too? It's like, sorry, but that's just extremely too creepy to me. Ugh, I don't know. But I was thinking that why she's so invested in this is maybe because Liam Spencer turned her down, so now she thinks that all the Spencer men are bad. I don't know. And it still bugs me that she calls Will's night with Luna just, him just sleeping with her. And then it was so wrong that he went and let Electra give herself to him. I mean, wasn't it? I think it was this week that she was talking to. Yeah, it was talking to Electra, talking about yeah, that happened, but he could have said something first or whatever. So I was like, did she hear my video? I'm sure a lot of people on social media were talking about, that's wrong for her just making it seem like Will's night with Luna was so consensual and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I agree. He should have said something, but it was a lot for him to take all in at once. So, but yeah, that's what definitely brought it down. They focused on that a little too much versus the other storylines that are going on. Speaking of Daphne, I actually do like her. Her and Carter have been really interesting this month. Yeah, I didn't really care about their romance before, but it's really interesting, especially since they're trying to make a baby. And as long as I've watched the show, 4 years, they haven't been like a real baby storyline except for the Luna mess. So it should be. I'm interested to see how well that goes or not goes. But I said that the highlight of the month definitely Bill calling out Ridge at the Logan opening, telling everybody that Ridge forced Eric into retirement, and that's why Eric was working with Logan. I thought that was flipping hilarious. Like Ridge, that's exactly what you did, so you can't say nothing bad about Bill except for the fact that he outed you in public. Like all the it people in fashion were there to hear it. So I thought that was hilarious. And I was disappointed that Eric went back to Forster. Like I thought it would be better if he stuck with Katie and Bill. I thought that would make it a little more interesting, because it's like Rich is just using Eric. Eric's just a weak ass. Sorry, he's just a weak dude. Stand up to your child and be like, "This is my company, bitch." Anyways, but I'm not, not completely down on the storyline because this could be still be interesting because Bill and Katie are still going with this design, so this could turn into a big legal mess. But then again, the only court scene that I remember seeing is when Sheila went to court. So I don't know if they would actually do that, but I'm still interested in seeing how this storyline goes on. But I have to laugh at Sheila describing Deacon's lovemaking to Taylor. It's like Sheila just went to Taylor, basically telling her Deacon's not boning me. He's not poking me anymore. Passionately hugging. They're PG. Passionately hugging her anymore. So Taylor told Deacon, go bang your wife, basically. And Deacon's like, okay, but I'm gonna be thinking about you. So Sheila going and tell Taylor, describing it, how it happened. Just like Taylor's like, if he can do that, he was thinking about me. So that means he'll do really good with me. So that could explain Taylor. That could explain why Taylor did that night with Deacon, but of course Sheila showed up with the flowers and tried to save Taylor with the knife because she thought Taylor's moaning meant that somebody was attacking her. I was like, your husband was attacking her. Oh, Lordy. But I was kind of disappointed that, Deacon jumped out the window before Sheila could bust in. But then I was thinking, no, it would be more interesting to see Sheila put two and two together, which is what she did this week. So be interesting to see what she will be doing to get her revenge. Yeah, it'll be really interesting if she does something that people don't expect her to do. But I know a lot of people are mad at some people were, judging Steffi for jumping on her mom like that. But Taylor is really acting like the child here, having her little bad boy crush. So I feel Steffi's in the right here. So I'm Team Steffi. She makes the most sense out of all this. Hope and Liam are dumbasses. They trying to get their daddy's pee pee chopped off. Oh lordy. Yeah, that's the highlights I wanted to say about both is beautiful. I didn't mean to talk that long. Anyways, on to soap number 4. I put it as Beyond the Gates. I said that Anita's cancer story is just, oh my gosh. Tamara, she is doing so amazing in this role, definitely killing every scene that she's in. Definitely makes you pulls you in with all kinds of emotions, especially when she was like she couldn't take it anymore. She wanted to sign off on, don't resuscitate me, just let me go, kind of thing. And I'm like, girl, I feel. Oh, I don't have cancer, but I have some of these moments where I'm like, I don't care anymore. So, and I really enjoyed her scenes with Bill. Wanting him to be the co-executor of her will and stuff. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, strangely had some nice chemistry, but I don't know, future storyline down the road. I don't know. I don't know, but I still say it's a missed opportunity for them not doing this around Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October. But better late than never. Also, Anita is, a Dupree, a highly rich and stuff, so she could look at alternative ways of treating her cancer instead of going down the regular way. She could have got the best doctors. Not only that, but there's a treatment center here in my area where proton therapy for cancer is supposed to be less invasive and limited the or well I don't know I mean, I don't know anybody's been there, but apparently it helps limit the um, symptoms that you get from chemotherapy and everything. And seeing as Nita, they're in the Del Mar area. I mean, I'm in southeastern Virginia, so but that's still Virginia. That's not that far. That and also it's ran by an historically black college, so I think that's even more funny that they didn't think about that. Especially, I don't think it's really out of the room for regular people to go. I don't think it's only rich people go to that thing. I think it's really open to anybody with cancer. Like I said, I don't know how well that would help with her advanced cancer. It's something they could have maybe thought to throw in there. But then again, it wouldn't be as dramatic to see Anita not have all the problems that she's having. But anyways, and I'm really, really love this. Actually, my favorite storyline now is Jacob going undercover. I was like, I didn't think that they would actually show this, but they really like went into depth with it, especially this month, well, March, especially in March. They really did this going undercover of the plasma ring. I just had a feeling that somebody at the hospital was involved, and then it was like Grayson. I was like, what? What? I was like, could do anything for his mom. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And so Jacob looking all hood. It's funny. I had to say that. But it's like kind of disappointing because I actually like Grayson and Ashley. So I went and um, them to get hurt and then her turning to, oh lordy, what is that boy's name? I forgot his name. Her ex boyfriend, Derek. Derek. Yeah, I don't want her to go back to him. Her and Grayson, I can actually like. But I wasn't surprised that Dr. Whitmore was involved. First of all, she came out of nowhere around the time the storyline started to pick up. That and the more she jumped on Grayson, the more I'm like, there's something going on between them. Then I was like, maybe she's part of the ring and she's the ring leader. So I should have did a video, so I had video proof that I thought of this way before it was revealed. But nah, no proof. Sorry. But anyway, I think that's really good. And then they had a dude that died, Max, that killed him. I'm like, oh lordy, Jacob, you gotta be careful. But I think it was really hilarious how he text oh lordy, I cannot think of her Naomi. I can't think of people's names. He his wife he texts his wife for a booty call. I thought that's hilarious. But it's also interesting to see Mama Hawthorne. I was like, are they ever gonna show this woman? They keep talking about her. Because at first when the show, when they started talking about her early on in the show, I thought she might have been dead. But then I was like, okay, the more they talked about her, I'm like, okay, so she's alive. Where is she at? And so there she is. But I like that Naomi wanted to protect Jacob and not give over the burner phone. But Mama didn't want that anyway. She wants to protect her son. Is Isaiah trying to Mama's boy? Anyway, so wondering how else she will be involved in this storyline. But I also really love Deanna going off of her mama Vanessa at the free clinic opening that they didn't show. They just showed the after, what happened after. I'm like, come on, it would have been an interesting press conference. Well, anyways, maybe bad timing. A lot of people got mad that it happened, out in public. First of all, going off on your mama and then going off on your mama in public. But Vanessa put herself out there to look like trash, so might as well get trash. But in all, Vanessa, we gotta see Vanessa cry again. Oh lordy, just some people you just can't watch crying, and then now this leads her to wanting to know more about Joey and stuff. I'm like, girl, you've been banging this dude for months, and you're just now trying to know more about him. I'm like, I think that ship has sailed. You're doing this backwards. I don't know. But Joey's not playing, so, he doesn't want to be in a relationship. He just likes what he has with Vanessa, so Vanessa's pushing this too much. But it's also really bad. I don't feel bad for Vanessa because she's lying to her kids, trying to make them think that, her and Joey got together after after Doug died, when no, it was way before that, and she's the reason. She could have helped Doug. She acts like she couldn't help Doug. It's like you could have helped Doug get away from Joey, but you still wanted to work with him and bang him behind Doug's back. So that's why you're trash. But oh my gosh, I also loved how Leslie the construction on our house stopped because of um the construction's 1 inch over the property line. I was like, that is freaking hilarious. And she's all upset about it. I'm like, I'm not. That's hilarious. Lordy. And then her jumping all over Eva and Isaiah trying to get them married. Like, I like them together, but they just started dating. Lordy. Leslie's just, oh, Lordy. But I really like Eva and Isaiah. And I like they showcased them a lot better this month because it looked like it was turned a little bad at first, but I like them together. But of course, the bad is, like I say every month, too much Leslie. I swear she's interacted with pretty much everybody on the show until last month or two. So sometimes I'm just like, but I don't know. Something she said last week talking about the amount of money she's put into the clinic and how, makes me think that maybe her money's about to run dry. I mean, not sure how much I need to put into that trust fund, but Leslie's just spending it left and right, left and right. Like she won the lottery or something. A lot of lottery winners, end up broke and in debt because they spend the money like it ain't nothing. So I don't know. Makes me wonder. I think eventually it will. Not sure how soon. But it also really crappy how nobody has still haven't figured out that Haley is playing Bill. Like, I googled because I'm like, when did this reveal come out? This is back in October, so we're creeping up on the week of October 10th. So we're creeping up on 6 months since we've learned that Haley's been playing Bill, and she's been trying to kill him since then. And finally, Joey, Tomas, and Kat are really questioning what's going on because of Lynette, the whole fake mugging and everything. They're starting to think, what's going on? So hopefully they dig more into this. And Haley trying to get Tomas fired. Well, that was more so in this week. So I'll add that to next month's stuff. But and Kat still being annoying about Eva and Leslie. I can understand being mad, but like literally, nobody else is jumping on either one of them. Well, not well. Leslie deserves it. Eva's been really nice and trying to be really patient, but no, that gets really annoying because it's just like once a week almost. It's like that, or twice a week. It's really annoying. Oh, but I forgot to talk about I really like Nicole not choosing which man she wants to be with, but I really like her with Kyle. So I hope that actually works out. And just open up your sexuality. You're married to the same dude for over 20 years. Go out and see what's out there. I don't like Carlton. I know I'm a little biased, but whatever. I am what I am. Anyways, yes, I am biased. I need to make a note of that to remind myself. Um, Number three, I give it to. I don't know if you've watched January and February, you're gonna be like, wait, what? I give it to The Young and the Restless. Yes, I know I've been really enjoying Young and the Restless this year, but this month, a little more bad than good, but I still really enjoy it. I think one thing that really shocked me was that Nikki told Kane that Victor, didn't really kill Lily. Lily's working with Victor. Oh my gosh, that was like because Nikki was just really pissed off at Victor for kidnapping Jack and sticking him on a yacht with Patty Williams. I think what was it? Was it Lake Michigan? I'm trying to think of where it was. I was like, it wasn't It was in the Pacific, but I swear he said Lake Michigan. I meant to look that up again. But that's really messed up. And then Patty Jack, drugged Jack, and then she drugged herself too. That's how crazy this witch is. She's like she's trying to get Jack in bed, but she wants him to trust her, so she drugged herself too. Oh lordy, that's dedication. I'll give you that, Patty. That's dedication. But oh my gosh, they actually had sex, and Jack. I'm very proud of you, Peter Bergman, for taking off your shirt. Not a lot of men do. Some men don't do that on soaps. Not the Mitchell. I won't call him out like that, but I think some might know who I'm talking about. Anyways, yeah, and then Diane. It was hilarious. Diane, Billy, and Kyle see them in bed, and it's so stupid how Diane, but that was really stupid how Diane got mad at Jack about that. Yeah, Jack was drugged. Drugs, take over your body, and it can cause you to do things that you normally wouldn't do. And it's like, even if you try to fight it, you could succumb to the effects of the drug, which is what happens. And Diane should know that Jack wouldn't cheat on her, especially not with Patty Williams. I mean, you guys are like linked really tightly together. So what would make you think that, while he's kidnapped, he's gonna cheat on you? Anyways, that's so stupid. And she's like, he could have fought the drug. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Diane, I was starting to sort of not be so annoyed with you, but then you go and do this dumb shit like that. But anyways, I thought that was interesting, but also really messed up at the same time because that's assault still, and I'm not sure what CBS's obsession with assault is, but whatever. Yeah, and then Victor kicking out Nikki, and then Nikki going around telling everybody that she left on her own, but she told Jack that Victor kicked her out. So it's like, wow. Well, I can understand if Diane saw Jack and Nikki together in bed, then that's something that she could believe could be true. Anyways, but I thought it was speaking of Lily got screwed over by Victor again. It's flipping hilarious. She's stupid. How many times you gotta get screwed over by Victor before you realize that Victor don't give a damn about you? He wants what he wants. And I'm still trying to figure out why he just asked for Chancellor back and not for all of Newman. I guess he's got some bigger scheme to get Newman back. But just to get Chancellor back, just so he can throw it in Lily's face, her ass and getting it. But I thought it was hilarious how Billy lost Chancellor again. Kane messed with them on it. Phyllis bleh, messed with him on it too. And so all of this is for nothing. Now you don't have a company. Well, I guess you still have Sally technically, but yeah. Where are you working at now? Because Audra is now in business with her. But I do really love how Nate and Devon went in on Lily for that. And it's like, yeah, you're paying back Kane, but hello, we're your family. We deserve to know we're worried about you and the kids. And then Lily's, saying to Devon is like, oh, I heard about Dominic getting kidnapped. Like he's like, you didn't say nothing? You didn't call or check up on us, chick? Oh lordy. And then they're like, "Oh, what'd you get out of this?" And then just I can't remember. I think she did say she was getting Chancellor. No, Devon figured it out that was Chancellor. It's like, how's that going for you? And she's like, it was going well. It's like, oh, you got screwed over again. Really stupid. Yeah, she definitely deserved it. But I really hate that Kane told Lily that he knew. It'd been more interesting if Kane came back with revenge and not acting like he knew anything, just playing stupid like he really is, and then going about revenge after that. But I don't know. Oh well. I like that Nick is addicted to pills. It gives Nick something to do and be maybe a little more interesting. The fact that he went on it because of the whole Matt Clark stuff is kind of stupid because Matt Clark is very. But I'll talk about that more in a second. But I like also that Adam that Adam went to LA, Vegas. I'm sorry, Vegas, Los Angeles, Las Vegas. Went to Las Vegas to um try to help find Matt Clark and stuff, and he kissed the Ezra chick. Is that her name? Riza kissed the Riza chick, so he's cheating on Chelsea, just like he cheated on Sally. So it's beautiful. I can't wait for Chelsea to find out. Maybe she can bust into the hotel and see them bumping and grinding. That would make my life. Please do that. But I don't like the whole Matt Clark stuff. It's just a waste of a storyline because it's like I'm not afraid of him. They haven't shown anything to make me feel afraid of what he can possibly do. Very weak villain. I always said that storyline should have started at least a couple of weeks early. Let us see him interacting with Serena Serena. Sienna and Noah, and then had the accident, and then we find out it's Matt Clark. I think that would have made it a little more interesting. But yeah, I don't see a reason for him, Noah, or Sienna being around. Very boring. Takes up, well, not so much this month did it take up airtime, but I have a feeling it will more so now that Matt Clark is back. But yeah, that was a big thing. And why do you ask Kane? Just crying and making that video for Lily. I love you, miss you, blah blah blah. And being all worried about the kids is absolutely pathetic. For the man that was coming to town to screw over Victor and all the other major players in Genoa City is now crying about his ex that don't even want him back. Is absolutely pathetic. And I don't think they would have to do a lot to the character of Kane for me to really like think that he could actually do anything because he warned Victor that he's come back after him, but I'm like, I don't think he's gonna be able to do nothing. But whatever. And everybody defending Victor and crapping all over Phyllis and Kane and Billy for being involved with the takeover. I'm like, especially Sharon and Claire. I'm like, Sharon, as much crap as Victor has done to you and many other people that you've seen, why would you defend Victor? That's just so stupid. Victor and Newman, they were all built on, you know, blood, sweat, and tears of other people that Victor just stole from, you know. But let's not forget about those people. Well, let's forget about those people. That's what I meant to say. And then Claire, Jordan, you know, she grew up knowing about how bad Victor Newman was and the Newmans were. And she helped come to town to help get rid of them. So, what happened to that Claire? Sitting up here defending Victor to Kyle of all people. And, Victor's been going after the Abbotts for decades. And Claire's just defending Victor. I was like, it doesn't matter. Even if he is your grandpa, he still hurt Jack and stuff. And Victoria gets on my damn nerves defending it too, especially when Nikki was talking about what happened with Jack. And Victoria's like, oh, whatever Jack did, he did that himself. He can't blame father for that. He put the dude on a yacht with a psycho trick and some drugs. So shut the fuck up. And then with Nate, you know, not telling him what was going on with Willie and Victor, that's pretty messed up. But whatever. And Victor, I already said that. No remorse about anything. Oh, and finally, Mariah and Tessa. They finally come to town. They're finally in the same town, and then we don't actually see them interacting. They just talked about how Tessa wanted a divorce, but we didn't actually get to see these scenes. And I'm thinking, did I miss something? But then I went back a few episodes and like, no, I didn't miss anything. They didn't showcase that. But now they're supposed to be getting back together. But then Mariah is going back, going to mental health facility, but she didn't want Tessa to come to drop her off. So now I'm confused. And now Daniel is free. He can go and be with Lily. Leave me alone. I like them together. They're both loners. Nobody like them. Everybody's mad at them right now, and they're both mad at Kane. So that that could bring them together. Leave me alone. A girl can dream. Anyways, the number two soap, I'd give it to Days of Our Lives. I was extremely surprised at how excited I was about Stephanie's kidnapping. I was like, what? I can't believe I'm actually enjoying this because the build up to it, besides being really drawn out, it was really stupid because they were really trying to make us think that German was the one that did it. But um, the more you try to make me think that somebody did it, the less likely I'm gonna think that they actually did it. Not only that, but it was spoiled. Uh, with the promo, the fall promo that they showed, as well as other people spoiling that Jeremy wasn't one that did it. It was Owen. Brought back Owen Kent in the form of Wes Ramsey, which is funny because he's the only original character in that storyline. Original, only character, the only actor that came back to do that story. Jeremy and Stephanie are recast. Owen was not a recast. Okay, I still fucked it up. I don't know. I think you get what I'm trying to say. But anyways, I thought that was funny. Jeremy, Owen was setting up Jeremy, and Jeremy figured it out and tried to save Stephanie, but Stephanie not listening to Jeremy, and they both end up getting locked up together. And I like that Jeremy, still trying to save Stephanie, and I don't know, maybe more to clear his name, but still at the same time, he was trying to help Stephanie. And I like their bonding. They have some really nice chemistry, I think. But unfortunately, the actor is leaving in a few weeks. By the end of April, he'll be gone. I think it was the 28th, I think is his final air date. So that really sucks because they have really nice chemistry. But I was really disgusted that Stephanie was kissing Owen, just trying to mess with him so they can get out. But she was trying to get to his phone, so she called 911. But still, they were in there for at least a couple of days or so. So that, just imagine what that room smelled. Her breath. It was like, ugh. A stank breath. That room. They probably pissed and chitted all over themselves in there. I was like, oh, just watching those scenes kind of did make me really ugh. And then when she finally got out and went to the hospital, I'm like, did they get the girl a toothbrush? Wash her before they put her in a hospital bed on the IV. That's sometimes that's me thinking too damn much kind of does ruin some scenes for me. But Alex still being mad with German was kind of stupid. I'm like, he saved your wife. Be grateful. Ugh. Anyways, and I did like the confrontation between Owen and Jeremy, and Alex just walking in. Ain't nobody afraid to react, Alex. But I did not get to see Stephanie face Owen. I know that happened. That probably happened on Friday's episode. Yeah, because I watched Thursday's already. I missed yesterday's episode. So we'll talk about that in April's uh re rankings, soap rankings. Lord, I forgot what my own video is called. I don't know. But anyway, but I have to say that Wes Ramsey, he did a really great job as a psycho stalker killer. Not killer, he didn't kill nobody. I don't know, he looked like, well, he tried to kill Alex, and it looked like he may have kind of maybe killed Jeremy, but they were saved. But him playing the creepy stalker was much better than how General Hospital portrayed him as this criminal mastermind outwitting Cassidines and stuff. That was stupid. So Days of Our Lives did a better job with him. I have to give him that. Also, I really loved EJ showing Paulina the secret lab and showing Lexi in the pod. That was hilarious. Paulina just kept going in on EJ over and over again, talking about all the electricity he was taking up. And he's like, oh, you want to see what I'm doing? Here. And so now that puts Paulina in the bad spot. I was like, she can't dump on EJ anymore and stop what he's doing because that could stop, help stop helping Lexi come back from the dead. You know, her current husband Abe's ex-wife. Well, not ex-wife because technically they're not married. I mean, technically they are married because they were married when Lexi died. So I think that would be considered because they did that with Stefan when he came back from the dead, as that him and Gabby were still legally married. So I would say that Abe and Lexi were still legally married. Some say no, but either way, Lexi's Abe's true love. So Lexi comes back. That means Paulina probably goes away. So now she's stuck in a rock and hard place. She doesn't want to take out Lexi because if Abe finds out, he's not gonna be happy with that. But she can't tell Abe either because something could happen, and Lexi may not come back from the dead fully. Right now, she's just laying in the pod. Well, now she's laying in the bed actually when Theo went to go see her the other day. But looks like she wakes up next week, showing in the promo. So that'll be interesting to talk about next month as well. But Polani deserves that for not leaving EJ alone. And I really, really love Judge Dabney, if I pronounced that right, telling Belle, just going in on Belle hard because of her not disclosing that Rachel was really the one that shot EJ. She just called this little hearing or whatever so that Rachel could confess and they can let Kristen go. And she didn't tell the whole story, so oh lordy, the judge was so pissed, just telling off Belle, and she needed to hear it because she just handled all of that really messed up. Yeah, and then it just made me think, that's so some kids definitely mess up things for like every adult, not just their parents, but everybody around them. So, but that was funny, and Belle was all hurt and stuff. That made me laugh because Belle's been pissing me off for a while, so seeing her get that from the judge made me laugh. Oh yeah, and speaking of, she wanted to help take care of Sean after he got shot by Klaus. Speaking of which, where did he get shot? Because I remember in the fall promo, it made it look like it was really serious, but he was alert and fine. The next day in the hospital bed, but Jada, Jada told Sean that he could come stay with her, and he was talking about how he remembers her apartment, especially her bedroom. I'm like, you can get there again, Sean. Yeah, play your cards right. It's like, you go, Jada, you get that. And Sean didn't like the idea that Belle wanted to take care of him. He was like, seeing me naked, giving me, helping me in the shower. I was like, well, damn, y'all were married. Y'all married and loved each other for as long as I've watched the show. But I thought that was hilarious. But I did hear that those two will be a couple or getting closer to being a couple. I don't know. They both might be on recurring right now, but that would suck. But we have to wait and see. But I'm sure Belle will probably be jealous because even though she treated Sean shittily, she still wants him. And speaking of other love, I actually like Philip and Gabby together, strangely. 'Cause I didn't think I was going to like it when I heard last year that they were gonna start getting closer and stuff. Because I'm a big Floey, Philip and Chloe and Stabby, Gabby and Stefan fans. But the original actor, well, the last actor, well, I still consider Jay Johnson the original Philip. Well, he's the SARS Philip, the only Philip that I saw. Yeah, him being little doesn't count. Him and then Camilla are not on the show anymore as Gabby, so I think that's what helped me like them as a couple. But they said there are love yous. I thought that was cute. I was like, oh, but shit's about to hit the fan because Philip went told Gabby that he's the reason why they lost Titan lost Demira, but Philip doesn't know that Gabby helped with that, and it seemed like Gabby was about to tell the truth, but Ari interrupted. So that's still hanging over her head, but I think that's what's going to cause them to break up. And her getting with Theo. They have really nice chemistry. So I don't know why they went through the Philip route, but I don't know. they gotta cause some drama before they get together, I guess. Well, Gabby is always drama, so. But I think this as the truth is gonna come out really soon, and I feel like Philip is gonna propose. I don't know. I just got that feeling when he was talking about they should. He wants to spend more time with her and live together and stuff. Mm. But speaking of Ari, I really love her helping Liam and getting close. They have really nice chemistry too. Unfortunately, the actress that plays Ari is gone, and a new actress came in. Is coming in next week. I can't remember her name though. So, but I hope that her and the actor that plays Liam has nice chemistry because I like where they're going with the storyline. But I thought that was really messed up that EJ made fun of Liam for not being able to read. That was messed up, but very EJ like. Very EJ like. So, wonder how that's gonna go when Ari finds that out. Not only that, but that he has a kid. He did not tell. Did I tell Ari that he has a kid? He just said that he lives with his mom. So, we shall see. But I also like that Sarah is sharing custody, wants to share custody with Xander, even though she sounded like she was going to try and take that away a few times because she overreacting about what Xander said. I'm like, girl, shut up. Sad that it took your daughter getting sick to hear about that. But I'm glad. I don't think that Xander should have ever been kept for Victoria. Because you see that little girl that plays Victoria. She loves her daddy. She always all smiles when she sees him and stuff. So I don't see that with her with when she's with Sarah. But come on, a lot of us ladies are really happy when we see Zandy, right? But I heard that they're gonna get back together by the end of spring, early summer, and do couple counseling. So I hope that that is hope that really does happen, even though a lot of people are turned off by them. But I don't know, I still like them. Just need Sarah to shut the hell up. And Maggie too. She needs to shut the hell up. But of course, speaking of other couples, Dimitri and Leo going off to Albania. That shit was hilarious. Leo in that outfit, faking in the cemetery while Dimitri goes in looking for evidence. I thought that was flipping hilarious and getting all dramatic with the black wig and all warning. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, Dimitri saving Leo's life, pushing him out of the way from getting shot, and then Leo hitting his head and getting the concussion and all the shit that he was talking about was hilarious. It was good also to see Andrew Donovan. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see his hubby. Where's Paul? I heard Paul is coming back, but hopefully we get to see him. I see Dimitri is coming back next week. He was in the promo. Not sure if he was on Friday. I didn't watch. I haven't watched Fridays yet, but hopefully we'll see Paul too. But Lee was funny, and all of his scenes with Marlena in the hospital. Their scenes that oh Lord, Greg and Deidre, they have really great chemistry. I think it's funny. But it was also funny when Javi called while Dimitri was in the shower. I was like, Leah, I think you should have. Well, no. Javi, he had a chance with Leo. He didn't want to consummate. He didn't want to make the wedding official. So bye, boy. Anyways, and but Dimitri's in trouble. He's just arrested on suspicion of killing Vivian, which I don't think that she's dead. And in the words of Kate Brady, the witch is not dead. Oh lordy. Plus, come on. Everybody in Salem should know that nobody actually dies. Like, well, unless the actor that's played them for a long time is they like, we're not gonna see Victor or Stefano or John Black coming back from the dead, unfortunately. But come on, Vivian. Lordy, I don't know. She cooked up something with EJ because EJ is making it kind of taking credit for her being gone, but I don't know. We shall see how that is, but I'm sure Vivian will pop up one day. So see how Dimitri's gonna get out of this one. But speaking of Kate, I'm really happy that she is back. Kate Roberts. She's Kate Roberts right now. Trying to help get Titan back for her baby boy's family. and her and Xander working together to screw over Johnny and giving him Bonnie's book, which plagiarizes Stephanie's book, so now they can sue Demera and help bring the company um, back in the green. So should see how that's gonna go. Roman, how you gonna take care of that? Your wife you screwing up for your grandson. I don't know. And Marlena, in shocking twist, sent Rachel back to Bayview. I agree Rachel needs help, but Bayview is not a great place for her to be. That place is um what do you call it? Not really I can't think of the word. Incompetent? There's another word I'm looking for, but I can't think of it. But yeah, I think that after all of this, they should sue Bayview. But that was a shocking twist, and now she's gonna pay for it because Kristen's coming after her. But I am enjoying the new Rachel, Lorelai, Olivia Moet, Moet. Probably pronounced that wrong. Even though I saw an interview with that she did on Daisy's Facebook, might have been on the Instagram too, about being a new Rachel. I think she's doing really good, and see what's gonna happen with Sophia because she confessed about Sophia giving her the drugs to give to Holly. But I really love that EJ stopped Sophia. He showed up in court 'cause Sophia was really trying to mess up Chanel and Johnny finalizing the adoption with baby Trey. That baby, he's just so adorable, the smiles and stuff. But he just showed up and shot it down. Just, outed her. Just like she was pretending not to talk, but she could always talk. And then no, he didn't know about the pills, but everybody's just starting to learn about the pills this week. But Melinda, she didn't really fight EJ on it, what makes me think that maybe Melinda asked EJ for help, especially since EJ had all this information like laid out in front of him to give to the judge. I think Melinda might have might have called EJ. We shall see soon, but it's a good thing EJ showed up because Belle wouldn't have been able to pull that off, especially with the judge already pissed at her. But yeah, the bad is definitely Sophia switching Holly's pills with her antipsychotics, especially with Bayview not making sure that Sophia took her meds. That is really bad. And it's like no, that a real facility like that, they would stay there and make sure that you swallowed your pills. But, that's a big bottle of pills for Holly. So it makes me think that, as long as that girl has been there, she has not been taking her meds because that's a lot of meds. Not only that, but I'm sure they searched those rooms so they would have known that Sophia wasn't taking her meds. But whatever, it's stupid. And then Tate ended up keeping the one that Rachel got from Sophia to give to Holly. And I still think it's stupid that Tate didn't think to ask his little sister where she got these vitamins from. So I'm sure those are not the vitamins an 11-year-old should be taking. But I digress. And Tate only figured out that there was a problem because Holly got her blood work back and it said it had traces of antipsychotics in it. Yeah, and then Tate took the meds, and then the blood wasn't going where it's supposed to be, I guess, because he couldn't get it up. So that's how he figured it out. But they made it seem they automatically thought it was Rachel, of course, understandable. But Holly, you left your pills in Sophia's room, not Rachel's room. So they figured that out now, but still, I thought that was stupid, and I don't think anybody likes likes the storyline or even likes Sophia. It's time for her to go away. Holly's swings were hella annoying. I'm glad that they're over. And how to get mad with Leo for being with Dimitri and just assuming the worst. Like I said, he had a chance. He didn't take it. Anyways, and Gwen still being upset with Dimitri and Leo. I understand wanting revenge. You already got your revenge. They're not together anymore. And, it's stupid for you to think that somebody will want to marry you after meeting you for 2 seconds. So that was stupid on your part. Yeah, and now you done did all of this to get revenge to ruin Leo's happiness, but you screwed up everything that you did with EJ, and now EJ's pissed on you. And I enjoyed him telling Gwen off. She deserved that all and more. So that's all I say. But we get to see the new Chad next month, and Connor Floyd, he used to play Chance on Young and Restless. He starts on April 21st, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with Chad's storyline now. And finally, if you didn't realize, I'm sure you realized. Number one, I give it to General Hospital. Last week alone cemented it as the number one soap of the month. Like seriously, who cares what else happened? Last week was the freaking week, probably the best week any soap has had in this month alone. This month, this year alone, it was just amazing. It's just all around, and my heartstrings really pulled because Jason chose Brett over Carly and everybody else. It was just so beautiful. And then when when Jason was getting taken in the van away, and Brett, they were just looking at each other, and they said that I love you. So I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not crying, I'm crying. Maybe I have another cry about that later. No, that didn't really help because that was on the day I was already feeling emotional. So yeah, that just took it even. That just made it even worse. And I have to say, Carly and Valentine, everything about them is like just noticed that they had some really nice chemistry, especially even back when Carly was just seeing him at the prison, with the with the black wig. It was like it'd be interesting if they hooked up, and then the more and more they spent time together, I'm like, yeah, they have to hook up. Even though I'm a big fan of fans and of Valentine, I love them, but I really wanted Carly and Valentine to hook up, and they did. I was like, that's after Jocelyn like kicked his ass, and that was just Carly's way of saying, "I'm sorry that my daughter beat you up. Here, let me kiss and make it better." Well, he kissed it. I don't know, and knocking boots just popped in my head. Knocking on boots when they're doing it. Valentine about to go down on her. I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, we know what Valentine likes to do. But I love that. I was glad that that happened. Yeah, and yeah, people were like, "Oh, Jocelyn take Valentine's ass. She's weak." Valentine could take Jocelyn if he wanted to. Out of respect for Carly, he didn't touch her, but he did break into her apartment while she was in the shower. So, and I like that Jason was okay with Valentine being there with Carly. I was like, oh, you support the hookup? No, but I did think that was funny how Jason just busted in Carly's room the next morning. I was like, they're about to have brunch. Let me stop. I hope to see more of them in April. Yeah, and I like they have no regrets about that. And Valentine cooking her dinner, I was like, look at you, girl. You finally having a man in your bed, and a man he cooks also. Amazing, amazing. But I was really shocked at Rocco shooting Cullum. I was like, what? I don't know. I felt like something was about to happen because he was at the docks, watching everything. And man, Cullen taking those drugs from Brett and breaking them, that hurt my heart. After all that Marco did to get to those drugs, it was just like, I thought he was gonna like hurt Brett, but Brett fell on her own. But Jason getting taken down by Cullen, I'm like, really, Jason? You that old? I was like, Jason's getting up there, but I was like, Cullen is much older than him. Well, looks like it anyways. Oh lordy. But as soon as that gun like went over, I thought that Rocco first was gonna do something while Cullen was going after Brett. But then when the gun moved towards Rocco, I was like, is it gonna shoot him? What's gonna happen? But yeah, Rocco just popped Cullen in the back. And I was like surprised. I thought Jason would just like kick Cullen in the harbor, but he didn't. I was like, he just like woke up Brett and said, tell her that he's the one that shot him. Britt wants to know who really shot him, and girl, don't do it. Don't go looking for that. But I'm glad. Well, I was like, I'm glad that Lulu hasn't gone off on Britt, but that's only a matter of time. But then again, I think that Lulu probably doesn't want Britt to know that Rocco's the one. But just the drama afterwards, and just thinking of all the other drama that could happen going forward, it's just like wow. And then Marco's death was also sad. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then Lucas really brought me down. It's like, wow. It's like, and this week he said it. I was like, oh yeah, duh. He's like sitting up there. He's up there and he saved the dude that killed his boo. Isn't that just so fucked up? GH. But I'm interested to see what's gonna happen this month with Lucas staying at the Cassadines. Maybe Carly and Valentine staying with the Cassadines. Staying at Windermere. So maybe now Valentine and Carly can follow up with their plan because they wanted to infiltrate Windermere, but Lucas and Marco moving out and then Marco dying kind of ruined things. So we'll see how that goes. But also Rick and Liz trying again. Looks like they're gonna be a couple. Liz was a little taken back that Rick and Sunny were working together again. She's like, oh, that usually doesn't really work out very much. But I do really like that Rick and Sunny are getting closer, and hopefully nothing bad happens with them that ends that. I don't know, especially because that means bad news for Rick. Rick and Liz, no, don't do that to me. Yeah, but it's just me. Rick, I swear, just keeps getting hotter. Silver Fox. Um, also Nathan is not really Nathan. He's Cassius Faison, Nathan's twin. Like, oh lordy. Yeah, that was the shocker that ended March. That happened on the Monday episode. Oh lordy. Well, I had a feeling it was not Nathan, but I was trying to figure out somebody trying to pretend to be Nathan. I mean, well, the pretending to be Nathan, but did they have surgery or does Nathan have some long lost twin there? Oh lordy. Yeah. So more questions about that, but I won't do that. I didn't mean to talk this long. Oh my god, almost an hour. Anyways, Delia, and Phoebe stuff, baby Phoebe. I like all of that, and I think that Delia is somehow tied in with Cassius. I don't know, just something about it. Just I don't know, just feel like there's something there. But I guess maybe we'll find that out closer to the time that it should be revealed. I don't know. Michael and Jacinda, I like them. I think they're really cute. And I was wondering if Christina trying to steal Jacinda from Michael. It's just the way that she looks at her makes me think that Christina's gonna try to make a move. And they actually kind of, they do share a lot of scenes together. I'm like, kind of cute, yeah, yeah. And I also like Molly and Cody. I know some people don't like them, but I like them. They're a little corny, but still kind of cute together. And I like that Molly told him about her endometriosis. Yeah, and I'm surprised that they actually remember that she has that. So, and I guess she had a procedure probably on Friday's episode. I haven't watched it yet, but I think I saw in the preview that she's in the hospital bed. So yeah, I think she's gonna have that procedure. But it was a nice. We had a nice break from Will and Drew drama for a few weeks, which was really nice. But now it's starting to heat up. Now that Willow knows that Trina and Kai know that she shot Drew. But that happened in April, so talk more about that in April's video. And then Charlotte learned that Willow shot Drew. She overheard Nina and Brennan talking about that. So I think it's good that Charlotte knows she can't trust Nina. Only her cousin that she likes to kiss. That's just really gross. Yeah, it's like hold on a second. Dogs, they just love to bark. But anyways, yeah, kissing cousins, Charlotte and Danny. Oh my gosh, why? Why? Now, I'm not sure what General Hospital is doing. You know, it's not like Bold and the Beautiful with RJ and Electra, or in Days of Our Lives with Stephanie and Alex. You know, they're cousins, but they're not blood related. So, um, their kids aren't gonna end up looking weird. More barking. Goodness gracious. You know, they're not blood related, so it's not all as gross as being blood related, in my opinion. I mean, so if they have kids and stuff, they're not gonna look weird. But I hope, oh lordy, don't give General Hospital any idea. But speaking of people messing around, Sunny and Justine, is that her name? The DA chick, no, that's just not cute at all. So gross. And I'm guessing they had sex. I don't know. The way that they were talking about it sounded really stupid. But somebody told me that yes, they did. That's where they were talking about. I don't know. And Jocelyn's still hating on Sunny. I can understand why she doesn't like him, but doing all this stuff to try and take him down is really stupid. One, and two, she never should have liked Sunny in the first place, in my opinion. And Olivia needs to shut the fuck up. Stop judging Jacinda for being a sex worker. Just because that's her occupation doesn't make her a bad person. It's just that's what she chose to do. You know, whether she likes it or she did it because, she was just trying to get by. Either way, don't judge somebody just based off of that. And she needs to shut up also because, your baby daddies are mobsters, murderers. Okay, so you need to hush. I know I love me some Julian, but I'm not. I know what Julian is, so or was, I guess I should say. So, girl, hush, hush on that. And Ned, why is he around? Ned, go back to Days of Our Lives and be Justin. Your wife needs you on in Salem. She's about to get sued. It's funny because I can't remember. Somebody said that it was like I saw on the post like Ned has Wally Kerf, his characters have the most annoying wives. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so right. Also, Laura and Sunny still being under Sidwell's thumb. It's kind of stupid, especially when Ezra is the person going to them, telling them stuff. It's like, what are we doing here? I don't understand. And Jordan still doesn't have anything on Sidwell, even though she's been on the cover for so long. All the stuff that Sidwell did that she could probably easily figure out, she still hasn't figured it out. Stupid. I'm glad she's not pregnant. And then, of course, storyline's still dragging out. But, Days of Our Lives, sorry. General Hospital does a good job about putting out a lot of stuff to make the storylines heat up. So where you think like, oh, this is dragging on, then bam, something gets you like back invested in the storylines. But yeah, a lot of these started when I was on a break from the show, and I started watching regularly again in June of last year. So just a little over a year. So yeah, get with that, GH. But anyways, I didn't mean to talk that long, but that's just what happened. I remembered a lot that happened in March. I'm very proud of myself. But if you're still watching, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know. What did you think? Did I forget to talk about anything? What did you enjoy in the month of March from all the soaps that you watched? And do you agree with my rankings? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this and videos about all the soaps, whatever comes to my mind. I want to do more videos in April. Just less dogs barking and less drama popping up. But I'm gonna shut up now. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your Easter, and I will see you next month. Hopefully, maybe, or later this month. Shut up. Love you guys. Bye.